I think I've been reading Proverbs 31 all wrong, and I'd like to offer an alternative. I have always seen Proverbs 31 as like this person, this woman to aspire to, right? She works hard, she does all these things, she's amazing, she's literally doing it all. And I was thinking recently, I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would there be a character, not a character, but a historical figure from the Bible, someone in the Bible who seems to be so perfect and in such an unattainable way? Like, why would that woman be here in the Bible, to make us feel bad, essentially, right? Because that's like what the Proverbs 31 woman can do. Like, it's one of two things, the way that I've always seen it. It's either this is who you strive to be, or you can't actually be this, because she does it all. She does it all, and you can't possibly do it all. So I was like, Lord, why? Why is this woman in the Bible to make me feel bad? And that's not how the Lord works. And then Holy Spirit said to me, it's not about one woman doing it all. It's about what any woman can do, can be, if she fears the Lord. And then he kind of showed me what fearing the Lord in this context means. So I just want to dive in really quick to a couple of her, I have notes, to a couple, it comes down to identity. Okay, it comes down to a woman's identity, and that is connected to fearing the Lord. We'll get to that in the end. But when you know your identity, then I guess I'll talk about it now. No, I won't. We're going to go through, okay, back up. We're going to talk about how this is an example of many different women, of the many different things that women can do, okay? So there is a wife, right? So this is all Proverbs 31. Verse 11, the heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. Her husband is 23. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. Verse 28, her husband also does something, and he praises her. Okay, so that's one identity that a woman can have, right? Is as a wife. Another is as a mom. Verse 28, her children rise up and call her blessed, which, by the way, sounds like something my kids would say. I have a teen and a tween, and they're like, Mom, you are so blessed to have me as a child. I don't think the Bible means it that way, but that's what it made me think of. Another one is a homemaker, right? A stay-at-home mom. Verse 15, she rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and portions for her maidens. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. Is there another one? 27. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Shout out to all the stay-at-home moms out there. She could be a businesswoman, right? Where it says 16, she considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. 18, she perceives that her merchandise is profitable. 24, she makes linen garments and sells them. She delivers sashes to the merchant. Just a few more, and then we're going to get to the meat of it, okay? She could also run a charity or work in charity or be a volunteer, because it says in verse 20, she opens her hands to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. But here is where like the switch flipping moment happened for me, because I was like, okay, Lord, so I understand this isn't just one woman who does it all perfectly. These are all different facets of different roads, different paths that women can be on, right? But she knows God. So we're going to start with verse 17. She dresses herself with strength, which also ties to verse 25. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. 26. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. The only way somebody is wise, the only way somebody can open their mouth with true wisdom is if they know the Lord, if they fear the Lord. True strength comes from the Lord. Dignity comes from knowing who you are and who created you. Verse 30 says, charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. A woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. To fear the Lord is to know who he is to understand who he is, that he is the God of the universe, and to understand, to have fear of who he is, that he is the God of the universe, the creator of all things, is to understand that he created you, right? And to know, to understand that he created us also means to understand, to know that he created us with a unique abilities and skills and strength and work and identity. A specific identity was created when he created you. He created you with a specific identity to who you are. And wisdom, which is, she opens her mouth with wisdom, because a lot of scholars say that the Proverbs 31 woman is like a picture of wisdom. And wisdom is not only fearing God because you know who he is and you know he created you and you understand that he created you uniquely with a unique identity, but wisdom is knowing all that and then walking out that identity, that personality, that personhood, that work, who you are in your core, living that out. That is wisdom, is that work. The work of being and walking and living as who God uniquely made you to be, which is why, verse 31, give her the fruit of her hands and let her works praise her in the gates. Her work is praised because she did the work. The Lord that she feared, that she knows, that she loves, that she trusts, she did the work that the Lord called her to do. She embraced the identity the Lord created her to be. She loved him and she knew who she was because she knew who he created her to be. That, my friends, I believe, is what the Proverbs 31 woman is about. It is not about one woman doing it all, designed to give us something unattainable to aspire to, something to make us feel bad about ourselves, because that's not how the Lord works. He does not operate in shame, right? He operates in love and in kindness and in gentleness and in encouragement and in confidence. So I believe that Proverbs 31 is saying, hey, if you fear the Lord, if you know who he is and who he created you to be, and you love him and you trust him and you walk in that unique identity he calls you by, that's wisdom. That is who you are. And so being that person that he created you to be, that is the Proverbs 31 woman. That is somebody who finds their identity in the Lord and leans into that and walks in that and trusts in that and spends every day being that person. And that work is to be praised. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and always remember that blessed is she who believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her.